Hey, you there? Y'all, what's going on? Peacock here in Singapore. Wanted to jump on live. Just had lunch, finished cooking for the morning, and it's about to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Monday, first day of September term holidays. So, hanging out with baby girl, getting ready to do day one of the Sari Challenge, which is through Oli 98.6 FM here in Singapore. And so the gentlemen are doing Veshti Challenge, us women are doing the Sari Challenge, and I'm getting ready to walk from here to next in a sari, which is fine. I mean, this is what I would do anyway if I had a chance. So just something to do. But in the meantime, I wanted to jump on here and talk about something because I've been thinking about it a little bit. I am a writer. I love to write. And don't get me wrong, I do love adjectives as far as descriptive writing, as far as trying to, set a scene and get you in my mood with me. I love that. But when it comes to talking about people, I really don't like descriptive words. I don't really like adjectives. It kind of gives everyone a complex, right? So, for example, recently I had a photo shoot with Empire artists, and I signed with them. I'm really excited. It's really going to push me out of my comfort zone, which I don't know if I'm ready for or not, but hey, we're going to wing it anyway. So the point being that when I was sitting with them, they had some constructive criticism for me. They told me what I should and shouldn't do. They told me that the image that is being portrayed through the lens was not very representative of the person that they know that I am. So I am a pretty confident person. I don't have any problems getting into walking into a room and talking to executives or regular people. It doesn't matter to me. I feel good about what I do. But when I sat in front of that lens and I was told to hold my head a certain way because otherwise the way they'd done my hair would cover my face, and look into a specific space, as in I can't change where I'm looking, it kind of reduces the amount of it reduces how much I can deliver, right? But even then, I cannot complain. I am here to serve the client. So I had to find a way to actually get the expression across to the camera, even though I was restricted in my movements and where I was looking. But I still had to give a full range of emotion. Got it? So, with that being said, I feel like descriptive words like adjectives have a sense of limiting who you are. When we talk about the color of our skin, that is a descriptive word. Instead of saying labels, I'm using descriptive words, right? Adjectives. So things that describe the color of your skin, the type of hair that you have, how your eyes look, the shape of your body, your race, your background, your religion, the language you speak, your attitude, all those things are descriptive words. And honestly speaking, we are more than any one of those few descriptive words. That's one aspect of you in the moment, and then you move on to be other things. This is kind of why I understand and I agree with Maston Kipp when he says, multiple personalities, we all got them. Seriously. Because who I am in front of one person is not the same as who I am in front of my mom, is not the same as who I am in front of my daughter, is not the same as who I am in front of strangers that I've never met before, right? So with that being said, I'm not any one thing. Now, I know that there have been plenty of debates going around about the terms Sri Lankan Tamil, Jaffna Tamil, any of those things. And I know it's become more prevalent because obviously we got a representative on Big Boss. So people are suddenly excited about the way we speak Jaffna Tamil. It's something I grew up with. I didn't really notice that there was a difference until I came to Singapore and realized that Singapore Tamil, Sri Lankan Tamil, very, very different from each other. Even still, I liked the idea of being a little bit different, right? I've grown up to learn to love my differences, mostly because it meant that I stood out. It meant that it was an easy hack for me to actually get attention. Not that I needed attention. Usually I was trying to blend into the wall, but when I needed someone to pay attention, I knew how I could do that. But on the flip side, it tends to categorize people, pigeonhole people, and then you've given them another excuse to limit themselves, and I don't like that. For instance, my daughter is in school. She's in P2. She's doing really well, and she's very, very capable. She's a very artistic and creative thinker, but when it comes to math, it's a little more difficult for her, okay? So the rules I have to explain in terms that she would understand. So I use a lot of art. I use a lot of cartoons that she's seen before to give examples of how to understand these things. I've given her strategies to keep her and her thinking straight so she doesn't miss any steps. She's very good about looking at the big picture, but she misses the details. And to be honest, she's a lot like me in that regard. I missed the details when I was growing up, but I've learned to figure it out because I didn't like getting low marks, right? So for me to tell her she's dyslexic would be detrimental to her, I feel. Even though it kind of gives her an idea of why she doesn't do things the way everybody else does, I don't want it to become a crutch by which she decides that she can't do something. Because there's a flip side to that, right? If you tell me that because I'm dark skinned, I can't do certain things, there are two types of people out there. People that will take that excuse and run with it and be like, yeah, I can't because. And people that'll be like, you know what? Hold my beer, watch this. I'm going to show you anyhow. So, with that being said, I'm not a fan of adjectives. I don't care if you're male or female. I don't know what your sexual orientation is. I don't care if you identify with this sex versus that sex. I don't know if you consider yourself fat or not. I don't care. The point is, are you happy? Do you love yourself regardless? Obviously, these are descriptive words for people to be able to describe who you are. As kids, we ask, okay, you saw a stranger. What stranger was it? Tell me what they look like. And then they go off on a spree about what their hair looked like, what color shirt they were wearing. Case in point, we have a friend of the family's whom my daughter is very, very fond of, and he to this day is known as Green Anna because the first time she met him, he happened to be wearing a green shirt. So it's very easy to get lost in the descriptions, but understand all of us are part of the same consciousness. All of us are manifestations of the same consciousness. We are all here with a specific viewpoint, with a specific message to deliver to the world, and you know what? I would hate for you ever to be limited by an adjective. It's just a part of speech. It's not a definition of who you are. So please, please, even though those labels come up, even though people use them to describe you or categorize you, whatever, don't let it define you. Don't just be one-dimensional because they said you are. Choose for yourself. That free will, exercise it every chance you get. Be all that you can be. No, this is not the army, but I'm saying be all that you can be. Why not, right? I love you guys. I hope this helped. Talk to you soon.